morning, my YouTube viewers. It's Crystal here. I'm just here because I wanted to give you another real-world example on how you can use statistics in Excel and your day-to-day life. And this real-world example that I'm going to give you this morning is going to be investments. So you can determine how much an investment is going to be in a certain amount of time. So we're going to be using the formula FV, that means future value, and it's going to contain the rate, which is required, and it's going to be the interest rate per period. The net in per is going to be the number of payment periods in an annuity. PMT is the payment of each period. PV is the present value, and type is optional. It's going to be either 0 or 1. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over this fake investments that I've designed, just to give you an idea of how you can track any investments that you want to make. So you've got company A, and the present value is £1,000. That's going to be the initial amount of money that you're going to put into it. The interest rate is going to be 5.25%. Number of periods is going to be 10. Payment each period is going to be £1,000. And the future value is going to be the interest rate over 1. So that's 525 over a year. And then the number of periods is going to be 10. It's going to be 10 years. E2 is going to be your payment period, and you're going to give £1,000 each payment period. B2 is going to be the present value, which is 1,000, and 1 is going to be the type. And it says that if the last digit is omitted, the type is assumed to be 0. So that's going to be your first investment. Your second investment is going to be company B. You've got £1,000 that you initially have in it. Interest rate is going to be 5.50%. Number of payments is going to be 10. Payment each period is going to be 1,000, and the future value is going to be 550% over 1, so that's going to be 1 payment a year. And the number of periods is going to be 10. The payment each period is going to be 1,000, and the payment that what you start out with is going to be 1,000, and then it's going to be 1. And so at the end of 10 years, you'll have 15,291. So the next one is company C. So we're not going to put anything in it to begin with. It starts out as 0, has an interest rate of 11%. Number of periods is going to be 35. It's going to be £2,000 payment each period, and at the end of the period it's going to be 82,84625. And so basically this one is really going to be for 3 years, because the interest rate is going to be 11 divided by 12, which is going to be less than 4% each month. So you're going to have, rather than making one payment every year, you're going to be making one payment every month for 35 payments. So that's close to 3 years. And then the number of periods is going to be 35. Payment each period is going to be 2,000. Payment at the beginning is going to be 0. It's going to start out at 0, and at the end of 3 years you're going to have 82,846.25, because you've got 35 payments, 1 payment each month. The next one is going to be company D. It starts out with £500, 6% interest, 10 number periods, £200 each period, and at the end of the payment period, it's going to be $2,581.40. But it's going to be, the interest rate is going to be 6 divided by 12. So the interest rate is going to be like 0.5 each month, because it's going to have 12 periods over a year. And then so it's going to be 10 periods. So the investment is not going to be an entire year. And then you're going to pay £200 each month, and it starts out with a value of £500. So that's the next one. The next one we have is Company E. Starts out present value is 0. Interest rate is 12%. It's going to be 12 payment periods. It's going to be, each payment period is going to be £1,000. And at the end of the 12 payment periods, you're going to have $12,682.50. And again, this is going to be a year. It's going to be payment over a year because C6 over 12. So, and then D6 is the number of periods is 12. E6 is payment each period, which is 1,000. B6 is the starting out value, which is 0, and this is a 0 type of investment. The next investment you have is Company F. Starts out with £1,000, 6% interest, 12 payment periods, £100 each period, and at the end of the period, it's going to be £2,301.40. And basically, you've got, it's going to be 12 payment periods because you've got C7 over 12, so that's going to be 6%. So I think it's going to be maybe it's going to be 0.5% each month, and then 12 payment periods, £100 each payment, and then you get $2,301.40. And the last one we're going to do is we're going to say £1,000 starts out with. Interest rate is going to be 100%. So we're going to have one payment period. You're going to pay $1,000 over that one payment period. And at the end of that payment period, which is going to be a year, you're going to have £4,000, because basically you start out with 1,000 and then you add 1,000 to it. It's going to make it 2,000, and so it's going to have 100% interest. So you're going to double it, so it's going to be 4,000. And so that's what I wanted to show you. So if you invest money, or you're thinking of investing money, and you want to know how much money that you're going to be getting at the end of the investment, then this is a good little spreadsheet, a real world spreadsheet that you can use. And we use the FV function, which is future value. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video because we've covered everything in the video that we need to cover. So you can decide what your investment is going to be at the end of the investment and whether or not it's worth investing. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I look forward to making more videos on Excel for you.